Well, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You've heard that term before. The Detroit Free Press and TCF Bank Marathon is a week and a half away already, bringing runners from all over the world to Detroit. And this morning, we're showing you how to properly prepare for the big race. And I'd like to welcome Amy Watson, the lead athletic trainer at Brazov Fitness Center at the DMC Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan. And Amy, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So by now, a lot of people have been training for weeks.
Right.
Already, you got it marked on the calendar coming up here, just not this weekend, but next weekend. What are some good tips now for people, maybe of race day, that people should know to be prepared heading into this?
So race day, I always have my little bag. And I kind of keep this packed in the house, so I kind of know where everything is all the time. So the night before, I'm going to just kind of do a quick recheck. I'm going to make sure my watch is charged up just right, and that's going to be in the bag. I'm going to make sure my phone or iPod, whatever I tend to carry if I use music, is charged up and ready. I'm also going to have my little hat with me so that I'm ready for when the sun does come up. And my sunglasses, because hopefully we'll need those too.
Hopefully,
right?
Yes.
Looking for good weather. Because you never know, 2 in the morning, is it going to be chilly? So again, something that you can keep warm in, that you might want to be able to leave behind at some point along the way. But I always, too, bring, and you can buy fancy arm sleeves, or I just use a pair of socks that I cut the arm off of. And I can slide my arm in so that when I do get hot and cold, I can kind of slide them up and down.
I see some people in shorts and T-shirts when it's still 35, 38 degrees in the morning.
So this will keep you a little warm as you are in the starting gate and kind of waiting to go. And then I always have some gloves with me too, just in case. And maybe I'm not going to keep these on the whole time, but I'm not going to get rid of them, especially if I'm doing the marathon, because it does get a little chilly out on the island, so you kind of sometimes have to bundle back up again.
Okay. And what about some food? I mean, eating the day before and the day of, what do you recommend?
Right. So I always tend to have a good breakfast. So oatmeal, a bagel with peanut butter, almond butter, whatever it is that you kind of choose or are used to, and hopefully you've gotten yourself prepared along the way, kind of for what works for you. But I always say too, you're getting up a little earlier probably in order to get there, so you might need a little bit more in the morning. Or even have like a little bar with you, so right before, because I know I get up really early, like 4:30, but it's not starting till 7. So sometimes I got to make sure I'm not starving.
And you don't want to have a full stomach too while you're starting the run too.
Exactly.
So what about recovery time? You just finished in record time, the best time you ever done a marathon, right? What do you do? How do you recover afterward?
So I always kind of say just keep moving. So you do want to do some walking afterwards, or even a cool down run. Some people do it right away that day. Some people wait a little bit till the next day. I always say keep moving. The more you move, the better.
So don't plan anything afterward too when you're done. So
it's also really nice too to kind of just let those legs calm down and get them up in the air. So lay down, legs up, just kind of let everything kind of drain back down.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being in here this morning, and good luck to everybody participating in next weekend's run. And booted from the ballroom, still to come, the celebrity couple eliminated. We'll be right back.
This is a 7 Action News Update.
Good morning. It's 8:27 on this Tuesday, October 8th. I'm Keenan Smith. A health alert in Oakland County where high levels of lead may be coming to some homes in Birmingham and White Lake Township through the water. 5 of 32 homes tested recently in Birmingham exceeded the new state standards for lead in drinking water. Now, it's not clear how many homes in White Lake are being impacted. Filters will be handed out this evening from 4 to 7 at Birmingham City Hall to those who qualify. And the United Auto Workers strike against General Motors could have a ripple effect on one of the automaker's most popular vehicles. GM reportedly may have to delay production and launch of the 2020 Corvette Stingray because of the strike. Production was set to start later this year. GM responded to those concerns by telling 7 Action News that it's too early to figure out if this strike will have an impact on production of the new Corvette.
Cold outside this morning. We're starting in the 40s and some spots even in the upper 30s. 44 degrees right now. That's the temperature in Pontiac. But in Ann Arbor, it's 37. Howell's around 40 right now. Ypsilanti also around 40 degrees. Either way, it's cold this morning, but we're going to warm up quickly here through the morning. And it's going to be sunny the rest of the day. Low humidity, dry day. And it's going to be bright and sunny. So 56 degrees, our 10 a.m. temperature. And then we'll be in the mid 60s by noon. Highs in the upper 60s this afternoon. It'll be a beautiful day.
All right, let's talk about what's happening on the roads because we do have our construction near the airport. And our biggest issue of the morning really has been 94 eastbound between Telegraph and 275. That's because we had a crash. Eastbound, it's cleared. You can see the red line, and I wanted to point it out just in case you do have a flight to catch. It's moving slow still. We'll take a look at 75 here and 8 Mile. Left lane's blocked in both directions, and we do have a crash here on the southbound side.
All right. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Remember, the news is always online at WXYZ.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, and we're on right now with 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit.
Taking action for you. 7 Action News starts right now.
The Detroit Youth Choir celebrating their time in the national spotlight. But first, we're taking you behind the scenes before their appearance on the Kelly Clarkson Show today.
Also, the latest trends in outerwear, patterns, colors, fabrics, everything that will be in style this season. And this is just one of those mornings you're like, ooh, I gotta get the jackets out, right?
Yeah, you got to find some of the old
Get them dry
fall
clean.
gear.
That's what I always forget to do. And then
jacket.
I'm like, the smells, there's dog hair on it.
And hopefully you find $20 in the pocket.
Oh, I like that. Optimist right here.
Right?
I'm like,
You guys
smelly.
are a trip.
I was like, free cat.
Yeah.
Well,
welcome back. Yeah.
I was just trying to move it along. Like smells and dog hair.
We'll be back to fashion.
It's 8:30. Let's.
Fashion. You're up next. That's yours.
Oh, well, as I said, it's 8:30, and the Detroit Youth Choir has taken America by storm after coming in second place on America's Got Talent.
Now they're taking flight to perform in Vegas with some of the other top acts, but not before making a stop on the Kelly Clarkson Show.
And Carolyn Clifford took part in the taping and has a behind-the-scenes look at all the action.
All right, well, let's go to Carolyn Clifford from WXYZ Channel 7 in Detroit, who is with Mayor Duggan and the Detroit Youth Choir in Detroit.
Ever wonder what it takes to make magic happen on a hit talk show like Kelly Clarkson? Well, take a look at the action behind the scenes.
Right on, King Jesus.
Our own Detroit Youth Choir is performing on ABC's newest must-see show, seen right here on 7 at 3 o'clock. We arrived at Greater Grace Temple for the rehearsal at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sound and lighting checks a must. Our team making sure everything is right before the taping of the show begins at 7 p.m. Proud parents all sitting quietly in the audience as their kids, who have amazed everyone in Detroit and across the nation, practice a gospel song for the show.
Whatever comes to your heart, speak.
2 members of the choir are hand-selected for an interview on the show, and their part rehearsed as well.
Detroit Mayor.
Our own Detroit Mayor, Mike Duggan, was here for an interview and talked about the choir's impact on the Motor City. All the while in studio with Kelly, choir director Anthony White, and 2 DYC members. Once it was time for the real deal show taping from LA, Mr. White directs the choir from California. And all you could hear to close the show, pure gospel perfection.
Right on, King Jesus, no man cannot.
Right, now they sound good, and if you want to hear more of them, well, America's going to get to do it. The Detroit Youth Choirs, they're going to be performing in Vegas at the Paris Casino Hotel November 7th through the 10th.
And you can also watch their appearance on the Kelly Clarkson Show. That's today at 3 p.m. That's going to be over on Channel 7. So we're bringing them to ABC.
That's so exciting. So I did a story with them years ago when they were trying to raise money for the America's Got Talent bus just to get there. And they were amazing then. So to see it and watch it, they're like all of our kids,
They're
right?
so good.
We're so proud of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well done, guys.
Lamar Odom booted from the ballroom on Dancing with the Stars, the former NBA player, and Queer Eye's Karamo Brown. They were both in jeopardy, but Odom and his partner Peta, they earned their highest score of the season with a waltz. Keenan is so into his arms.
Like, look at how long he is.
He still is able to like extend them, right? Like that looks okay. It looks good to me. It wasn't good enough though. He says he was just grateful for the experience.
I'm lucky to be walking and talking, so this is just another hill I had to climb.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here. It has been.
So the 39-year-old, he had a near-death experience 3 years ago after overdosing. Next week's dance is going to be at the Magic of Disney, and you can watch Dancing with the Stars, of course, beginning at 8 o'clock Mondays over on Channel 7.
I'm just saying, you look at him, remember Kareem was on Dancing with the Stars a while ago? He's like 7'2". I mean, you look at these guys trying to get their arms and trying to be graceful. I mean, clearly, amazingly athletic, right?
Is Odom, you said 6'10"?
He's 6'10".
6'10"? Yeah, that's not easy.
A lot of
exactly.
moving around.
Just trying to get your arms to the position. It's just taking longer because there's just more arms.
To do it gracefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball's not like the most graceful thing, right? It's very like aggressive and you're...
But basketball?
Yeah.
It's graceful in its own way,
different.
just not the same as a Viennese waltz.
Practice. Like that was not preparing him for the waltz.
That is correct. Hey, take a look at this. Barbie getting ready for a new role. All rise. The toy maker Mattel has unveiled the latest Barbie, and it is Judge Barbie. It's sporting a traditional black robe, a little gavel there, and you can see the collar. And as you can see, it comes in a variety of skin tones and hairstyles. The global head of the Barbie brand says 33% of sitting U.S. state judges are women, and Mattel says it's breaking the plastic ceiling in hopes of inspiring young girls to achieve their dreams. I think that's
cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and you pointed out before the lacy collar, too.
Yeah.
So cute. They thought of everything. It's fantastic. Well, it's 8:36. We're going to talk about staying warm with the season changing, the latest trends in outerwear from faux fur to water-resistant jackets. We're going to make sure you look great. You're watching 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit.